This powerful new AI tool is not only incredible, but it can also make you a lot of money. The tool I'm talking about is called LivePortrait, and so far it might be the most powerful AI video tool when it comes to deepfakes.
Deepfakes have been around for a long time. Why are we talking about it now?
Simply because those other deepfake tools look like this, and LivePortrait looks like this. Just look at this. This is unbelievable. Now, to be fair, you can get deepfake tools that let you achieve the same results, but you'd have to spend a lot more to be able to use them. Not to mention, most AI deepfake tools like Inside Face have non-commercial licenses, so you can't really make money off of them.
I bet this new tool is pretty expensive too.
Actually, no. LivePortrait is completely free and open source, and you can even run it locally by downloading it on your device.
Wow! It's surprising to see these big companies giving their AI products away for free. Meta did it with their llama, and now, wait, who made this tool again?
Well, it's actually made by someone we've already talked about before on this channel. LivePortrait is made by Kuai Shou. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. The same company that made Kling AI. And just like Kling, LivePortrait is another great tool that really excels at facial expressions. I mean, just look at these. They are insane. LivePortrait is probably the only tool that can realistically capture these super complex facial movements and map them onto another image. The way it works, it's pretty simple. You have a drive-in video and a source image. The AI tool takes the facial expressions and movements from the drive-in video and puts them onto the source image. You can even have more exaggerated motions like a head turn, and the AI does its best to transfer that over to the source image. And the cool thing about this is that the source image can be anything: a regular picture, a black and white portrait, an oil painting, or an anime character. It could even have multiple characters, and LivePortrait will copy the facial expressions onto all the subjects in the source image. Additionally, the source image doesn't even have to be an image. You can map expressions onto videos where the subject is moving. Look at these, for example, which I think is probably its most useful feature. Now, just because something is cool doesn't mean it's actually useful, but in the case of LivePortrait, there are several ways to actually utilize it and potentially make a ton of money with it, with the right ideas. Right off the bat, ultra-realistic deepfakes are an incredible tool for filmmakers, as they can use it to edit dialogues and character expressions in post, saving money on expensive reshoots.
What if I were to tell you that I'm not even a human being? Would you believe me? What is your perception of reality? Is it the ability to capture, process, and make sense of the information our senses receive? If you can see, hear, taste, or smell something, does that make it real?
Animators can use it to map accurate expressions onto their character models, skipping over the long and slow rigging process.
But it sounds like this tool is only useful for people in the filmmaking or animation industry. Why should anyone else care about it?
Well, since this tool is completely free to use, regular people like you and me can also use it to easily create highly realistic content that can be monetized. And here are a few ways to do just that. If you've spent any time on YouTube, I'm sure you've seen those silly AI YouTube shorts with the American presidents hanging out like they were buddies.
I am so happy to see that they're all good friends.
No, that's AI. They are not actually. Well, maybe, I'm not sure. The point is, those videos are hilarious and tend to get a lot of views. They're also very easy to make, and a great example of how you can monetize YouTube Shorts with AI-generated content. With tools like LivePortrait, you can take the same idea to the next level by adding facial expressions to those YouTube Shorts. Imagine famous actors doing stand-up comedy, or politician rapping, for example. Reaction channels are a popular niche on YouTube, raking in millions of views, with some channels growing over 1 million subscribers and easily earning over $30,000 a month with fairly minimal effort. Now, obviously, to have a reaction channel, you would have to reveal your face so that the audience can see you, well, react. But let's say you don't really want to show your face, or simply just don't want to be labeled as just another reaction YouTuber. Well, with LivePortrait, you can replace yourself with an animated avatar while maintaining your authentic reactions as you watch the content. The best use case for AI deepfakes is to make still images feel real and alive, which makes this tool perfect for AI influencers. My main job. The AI influencer business, if you don't know, it's a really lucrative emerging industry that lets regular people in on the influencer game with the help of AI. I even have a mentorship in which I will create an AI influencer model for you, so you can start earning immediately, and in which you will have access to one-on-one calls with me. You can have a look on what to expect from it by simply clicking on the link on the top of the description down below. While creating believable and consistent AI images is a walk in the park, doing the same for videos of your AI influencers is not that easy. It's especially difficult to create authentic facial expressions that shift and change in a realistic way without distorting. So why not just use your own instead? You can record yourself speaking or making whatever facial expressions you need, and then simply map those onto the video of your AI influencer, instantly making it much more believable and feel a lot more alive. Now, as good as LivePortrait may be, there are some obvious things you can't do with it. A deepfake AI obviously can't animate entire characters or create a whole story around it, which are things you might need if you're planning on making money with AI. And that's where the sponsor of today's video, Motion, comes in. Motion is a really powerful AI storytelling and animation tool that is just packed with cool features, like Motion Animator, which is the world's first text to motion AI. You can animate 3D models with a single prompt and customize the intensity of the action. You pretty much have control over all aspects of the motions. This tool makes animating so much easier because something like this would have normally taken hours to rig and animate, but with Motion you can do it in a few clicks. Another really incredible tool is the Motion Storyteller, which lets you create incredible animated stories with audio narration, and it's super easy to use. So let's do a quick walkthrough. Okay, so immediately after you click on create stories for free, it's going to ask you to log in. After you've done that really quickly, you'll see these two options. You can either have Motion write a whole story for you using a prompt, or if you have your own story already written out, you can drop that in as well. In this case, we'll just go with the generate from prompt. So right here, you can put whatever prompt you want. For example, in this case, I'm going to type a story about artificial intelligence. Then over here, you can choose the ratio. So this will be for YouTube. This will be, for example, for TikTok or Instagram over here. Here you choose your language. And over here, you can choose the tone. So neutral with humor and satire, children's. This will be for like a children's book or something. Let's have a little bit of fun and go for humor and satire. Now over here, you can choose the general style. Now I'm going to go for 3D cartoon and then just click on generate. Motion will then come up with an entire storyboard complete with the story details and visuals. Now everything you see here is customizable. So for example, you can regenerate the old story, you can change the script right here, you can change the pose, you can regenerate the images, you can even animate every single scene. For example, let's animate this scene right here, scene number 3. So I click on animate and here we go. The scene is now animated, and as you can see, it did a pretty good job on animating this little AI robot. And once you're all done changing everything you want to change, you can just hit next. Now here is where you can choose the title of the story. You can even add subtitles here, and you can choose from a bunch of different styles. And if you don't want any subtitles, you just press here. Maybe let's try some subtitles. Let's go for this style, for example. Here you can choose the thumbnail. You can have different scene effects, for example, some different zooms and transitions even. And of course, you can then choose a voiceover. So for example,
life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get.
The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing.
Hi there, if I'm not back in 5 minutes, just wait longer.
now I really like this guy, so I'm going to choose literally the guy, and then you just click on composite.
Once upon a time in the bustling city of Circuitryville, there lived an artificially intelligent toaster named Toasty.
An entire narrated story video, and it barely took a few minutes. So I'm sure you see by now how easily you too can make money with posting super interesting and visually stunning story videos on YouTube. The interesting part is that you don't even need any other platform. The entire creation process could be done literally only using Motion. Additionally, since it takes just a few minutes to create a video, you could upload 20, 30 different videos per day, or even more. The exposure potential is just insane, and what follows up is an incredibly high revenue. Let's take, for example, this motivational channel that has over 1 million subscribers with only 33 videos. That is mind-blowing. Now, creating these videos for Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube could take days, and while Motion can help you a ton and save you a lot of time, if you also add ChatGPT in the mix, you will be able to produce an insane amount of content really fast. Let's type "write a short script for a motivational video," make it engaging and easy to understand. Once you have the script, copy it and head over to Motion. Here the process is basically identical to the one I showed you. The only thing that changes since we have the script now is that we'll choose use my content and then paste the script over here. Just look at how many successful motivational YouTube channels are out there. And this is just an example of a niche. Now, just think about how many niches you could jump into. Using this process, anyone can start a faceless YouTube channel, gain a lot of attention with a high potential income, really fast and with minimal effort. And it just takes a few clicks. So make sure to check it out. You'll find a link in the description down below. Thank you so much, Motion, for sponsoring this video. Now, back to LivePortrait for a second, because I know that at the start of the video, I said that you could download it onto your device and run it locally. But doing that is a little tricky, and the installation process might be a little too complicated for just anybody. So if you just want to use the tool directly, there are a couple easy ways to use it online for free that don't really require any installation process. The first one is going over to Hugging Face, where you can find this tool and use it directly on your browser. The interface is pretty intuitive, so you can start using it immediately. But if you want more control over the results, you can use the tool on Replicate. In the interface here, you'll find a few more options, like controlling how far the eyes or the mouth open. Knowing how to utilize AI tools like LivePortrait to make passive income is one of the best ways to keep yourself financially secure in the future. AI technology is advancing exponentially fast, and if we want to future-proof our income, we need to make AI work for us. Thankfully, more and more big companies are taking the open source route and making their technology available to the people for free. To learn more about that, check out this video right here. But before you do so, don't forget to subscribe so you will always stay up to date with AI. That's all for today. My name is David. That's But.
Don't forget to subscribe.
See you in the next one.